Woven with courage, our wounds become wings of light. What if the very scars you hide are the cracks through which your future shines? Why do we run from the wounds that could become our wings? The truth is, the pain that nearly broke you is forging you into the person you were meant to become. You, listening right now, I know you feel it. The fear that coils in your stomach, the self-doubt that whispers in the silence, you're not enough. The procrastination that wraps you in comfortable numbness, convincing you to delay your dreams another day. And that numbness, that quiet surrender, it promises safety, but steals life from your soul one unfeeling day at a time. But hear me, inside you, beneath the hurt and hesitation, something sacred is stirring, relentless. Maybe it's just a faint spark now, buried under ashes of disappointment, but it's there. And like a seed under winter soil, it's waiting for its moment to break through. Think about that seed, pushed into the darkness of dirt, forgotten in cold earth. Does it despair? No. Within that seed, there is a relentless drive, a blueprint of life that demands to reach the light. It fights through stone and soil to sprout, to bloom. Your spirit is that seed. Your potential is pressing upward against the weight of every doubt, every delay, every pain. There's a story written in the rings of tall trees that have survived raging storms and bitter winters. Cut the trunk and count the scars of drought and fire. Those rings of hardship only made the core stronger, the roots deeper. Just like those trees, you are growing through the seasons of your struggle, gaining strength with each unseen ring of experience. Do you feel weak? Look again, you are healing. Every day you endure, you heal. Every step you take through the darkness, you heal. It's quiet, it's slow, but it's happening. Like a bone that mends stronger at the break, you are rising sturdier where you once fell. Consider the cicada, buried alive in darkness for 17 years, waiting. It drinks sap from roots and listens to the muffled world above, patient in the earth. Then one day, when the time is right, it claws its way up into the open air. It sheds its old skin and spreads delicate wings. For the first time in its life, it sings. All those years in silence were not death, they were preparation. And when it emerges, it is reborn into light and sound. You too have been in the quiet dark, feeling forgotten, feeling alone, but it was not your end. It was your gathering of strength. When you break the surface of your trials, you'll be ready to sing your song at dawn, wings unfurled, heart alive. Think of the craftsman forging a sword. The metal is thrust into a crucible of flames until it's soft and glowing. Then comes the hammer, blow after blow, shaping, strengthening, refining. It's violent. It's intense. Sparks fly with each strike. To the untrained eye, it looks like destruction, but to the blacksmith, it's creation. That metal is becoming something greater than raw ore, a weapon, a tool, something with purpose. You are in the fire of life. Hit by trials, bent by pressures, you feel yourself on the edge of breaking. But trust this, you are being forged. Each challenge is shaping you, tempering your spirit into steel. With every hardship, you are becoming sharper, stronger, more resilient than before. And when the flames recede and the hammering stops, one emerges from the fire, a soul that stands gleaming, unbreakable, and true. The wounds are still there, etched like patterns in Damascus steel, but now they tell a story instead of a tragedy. They tell of survival. They tell a purpose. Consider the lobster outgrowing its shell. When its body becomes too large for its armor, pressure builds. It becomes uncomfortable, painfully so. So the lobster cracks open its own shell and hides under a rock, vulnerable and naked, while it forms a new armor to fit its growing self. In that moment of vulnerability, it could be attacked, it could be hurt, but without risking the escape from its old shell, it would never grow. You too must sometimes shed the armor that no longer fits the old beliefs, the familiar but constricting comfort zone, and dare to be vulnerable. Dare to grow beyond what you have been. Our cultures even understand this truth. In Japanese art, broken pottery is mended with veins of gold, a practice called kintsugi. The breakage isn't hidden, it's illuminated. The cracks, once faults, become the brightest lines. What was shattered becomes whole again, not despite the wounds, but because of them, more beautiful for having been broken. Imagine yourself as that vessel. Every scar in your heart is a light of gold waiting to shine. Each heartbreak, each setback, all the cracks in your spirit are spaces where light can fill you, if you let it. They are the etched roadmap of how you survived. Now, I want you to picture something. Picture the person you love most in this world standing before you, broken and crying. You would not tell them to give up. You would not call them a failure or weak. You would cradle their face and see the fighter in them, the beauty in their pain, the potential beyond the hurt. Can you do that for the soul inside you? You deserve the same grace you give others, because within you is the same fierce, unyielding light. Chosen, yes, you. You are chosen by every storm that tried to wash you away and failed. Chosen to stand up, chosen to rise again. Life doesn't test the weak, it reveals the strong. Oh, this time you thought you were unworthy, that life was punishing you. But what if life chose you because you have something worth fighting for, worth awakening? The very fact that you're still here, breathing, listening to this, means you are chosen to experience this transformation. Not everyone makes it this far. You did. You have a purpose that these wounds are shaping you for. This is the moment of decision, the turning point etched in the timeline of your life. The question now stands before you, towering and inescapable. Who will you become? Will you remain chained by fear, a captive to doubt, letting days slip by in the haze of maybe tomorrow? Or will you seize this moment and declare that enough is enough, that today is the day you reclaim your fire, your passion, your life? The cages that held you, fear, doubt, numbness, they were never locked. The key has always been in your hand. So open the door, step out, and stand tall. Feel your heart pounding, that's the sound of a warrior waking up. Feel the blood rushing in your veins, that's the river of hope stirring to life. You stand at the edge of an abyss that once terrified you, but look again, it's not a drop. It's a bridge from who you were to who you will be. Everything that tried to break you gave you bricks, and you've been building your bridge in the dark. Step by step, you laid them down, often without knowing, through each choice to keep going. Now climb and emerge. The world has been waiting to see you. The real you, battle-scarred but brave, imperfect but whole. Whole, because you've embraced your broken pieces and made them part of you. Whole, because you've learned that darkness is not your enemy, but your teacher. Whole, because every wound you carry has woven into the very fabric of your being, forming wings of light that will carry you above all that once held you down. It's time to spread those wings. It's time to show up as the self that fear hoped you'd never become. Do you know why fear spoke so loudly, why it gripped you so tightly? Because it knew. It knew how powerful you could be once you realized fear is just a foe with hollow threats. Fear is terrified of you at your full strength. Fear has nightmares about you waking up and stepping into your destiny. Well, guess what? You are awake now. You are stepping forward. Feel that fire in your soul. It's there, burning hotter with every new breath you take in belief. You are relentless. You are healing. You are chosen. You are the author of a new story written in scars and starlight. Where others see damage, you see rebirth. Where others see pain, you see power. Who will you become? You are becoming you, the real you, the fearless you, the you that you were destined to be. No more hiding, no more waiting for permission, no more living small to make fear comfortable. You are the thunder before the rain. You are the light breaking the sky at dawn after the darkest night. You are the miracle you've been waiting for. If this woke something up inside you, drop a fire in the comments. Let the world know you're rising. Say it out loud. I'm becoming the version of me that fear didn't want to meet. And so will you.